Folks, welcome back to Timberborn, and today we are going to try and focus on our industries, which we sort of did last time as well, but you know, as I've said a couple of times, I'm trying to stack up content for my trip, so things will get back to normal in a few videos time. With that said, we one, need to get the game running at sensible speed, and then two, need to plan for that. So we need to put the bot building stuff in, which means we need to unlock the bot building stuff. So let's do that, and then we need to put in the supporting industry. So let's go for a pretty standard 3 bot part factories. Bot part factories, yep. And then 2 bot assemblers. And then we'll try and make up the rest of the tree. So, which means we need to extend it vertically up the sides. We can do that with storage, obviously. Now, there's a slight disadvantage with the way that I've done that, in that we can't come off of the sides this way, which I would have liked to have done, maybe, but it'll be okay. Everything will be fine. The other thing we will do is just extend this path down and keep putting in dirt to keep getting this. Can I not get dirt? Yeah, thank you. We didn't mean to put those there. No, you didn't, did you? Keep getting this set up. Kind of so that we can potentially put more wheels in. And we're getting wheels. I mean, we've got a decent amount of power anyway, so that's pretty good. Yes, right, storages. We are going to need to account for ladders in this. So the first one needs to be a storage like that, so that we can get a ladder in here. There we go. We can then go here, and then if I can get a side sorted with all of the ladders that we need, there's the drought kicking in, which probably frees up a bunch of beavers, which is pretty good. If I can get a side sorted, then we are much freer with our construction going forwards from there. And that gets us to the top of what we've put in so far, which is pretty good. So then we need... And what storage? We've got some storage for most stuff, but probably wouldn't hurt to put in more storage for the things that we need to make the bots. Do that. And then it probably wouldn't hurt to start putting in storage for... Actually, I think what would make sense is if we did that, make that one gears, and then make that one heads, shoulders, knees and toes. No, sorry. Limbs. There we go. So we should have... Still need chassis. Okay. Probably what we should do actually is make that one chassis, and then put a medium for limbs. And that'll be pretty good. We are going to stop producing power pretty soon here. We've got a couple hundred dirt saved up, so that's fine. And then, do I put power generation on top of here and have industry elsewhere? Now there's your question. Because what we could do is we could throw in some door blocks in case we needed to get limbs, which we possibly do because we can then put charging out of them. And then we could look at putting wind turbines on the top. But we need at least one ladder in there, so let's pick a side to have not one of them, but one of them. And then I think we've got ladders all the way to the top, and then we can go power, and can we then get a big one on the top? We can. That's as high as we can go, I'm not sure. Can we do one more and then we can? Can we do one more? No. Do we do? It's not going to store a huge amount of power, but it will store some. We've got these, not these, which are actually part tree. No, maybe not. Let's go for put you there, you'll be fine. You are over metal at that point, are you? You're over the path. You're over the path, I think, so you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. And then we can just do some more storages of a variety of types. Like that. And then we need some more ladders. Like that. And then we could do a big windmill on the top. And that'd be pretty cool. And we will just do a suspend if they've not got, say, 50% power. Because that will stop them until either the drought's over or the windmills are built. Yeah. Which will be good. So that'll be that. And then we can start using those to do the tree cutting, which will get rid of the plant murderer that we've got. Let's throw that in there. We need to go a little bit longer. We've got lots of science now, so we can go put you there and unlock the number 6 bridge. Put you out to there. Actually, we could use just that one. That'll get that, and then we can leave a gap of there. If I put those there, and no, we can go to. No, we do want to go out to there, don't we? Yep. there. Again, I'm stacking up so much building. There. There. Yep. But we've got builders, so let's use them to build. And let's put you there. You can build some of those. That'll be good. They're doing some of that. That'll be good. And then we're going to need an industry. Because ideally we want to relocate all of this and increase our plank and metal and gear production. Storage wise, I was going to say probably we're okay. But maybe we could do with... actually, we're pretty good for most stuff except scrap metal. So maybe we are somewhat okay. Storage, because we can't really build the industrial buildings underground without making a big hole around the tree. And I think that's not really the intent. So I think maybe we put the other industry here. We need an entrance, which is going to be a hauling post. We might as well butt it right up against this because it will give us power. And then we can do that. Do that. So the drought ended and we had loads of water left, which is great. These are in. And why are they unhappy? Because we didn't connect it. Okay, so let's do a disconnect. Okay, I did the wrong one. Of course I did. Add connection there, there, there. Awesome. And then we want to do... we want that to fill up, I guess. A path over here so that they can remove all of that at some point. These guys are kind of done. Let's bring some in here to get rid of some of these dead trees. And the good thing is, by changing them, it's going to probably reset the ones that we're using, so we'll get different ones that have the plant murderer debuff. You to come over, please. Weird that it says we don't have enough beavers, but we've got 4 unemployed beavers. Because it paused. Okay, there we go. Duh. And we can... let's clear the cut area up here. And probably here. And get this guy in planting nice, fresh pine trees. Ready for more pine resin, because we have got 33, but it does feel like that's holding us back a little bit. About to get power, so we need to make sure that we have chassis, limbs, heads set. We need to make sure that we have obtain that's the zipline station. It's the gear warehouse there. Obtain you need to be in obtain. Could have set this up as I was going because it's a bit of a pain now. Planks are on obtain, metals on obtain. That plank one is not on obtain. Metal obtain. Gears are on obtain. Awesome. So we should now start hopefully slowly producing bots because we're making quite a lot of power, so that'll be good. And we'll do the classic of getting bots in working on the bot production. What we want to do, I think, is come in here and I'm going to unlock the 2x limb and we're going to connect these two trees by limbs, I think, as well. And then we're going to go charging station. Yes, please. And oh no, it goes in the tree, doesn't it? Yeah, it goes in the tree. Well, that was done with me. So what we'll do is we'll go charging station and we'll tuck them in the corners down here. Yeah, that'll work. And let's make sure we prioritize building those. Oh, is it the control towers that go on these? Yeah. So we'll throw a control tower there because that will then affect all of that. Excellent. Cool. That's going in. That's all been cleared out. We want to demolish that. Interesting. Okay, we probably want to cap those off. Looks like unintended consequences there. Again. Those. Cool. And plant trees, pine trees. All through there. All through there. And let's all of those berries as well. Probably don't need those. Okay, so we need to extend the path a little bit. It's fine. And let's also prioritize them building those. Yep. Cool. How's this guy doing? He's still doing his thing. Excellent. We could do with more pine resin. We have our first leaf bot being built, which is cool. We have enough science that we'll be able to get them in working on this stuff, which is also cool. So our industry, this needs to be logs. And then I guess if we're going to be trying to make trees as well, we're going to need that, and we're going to need pine resin. So that, and then we'll put one of those there. You're going to be a... Nope, you're just going to be normal, so... You're going to be an obtain. You're going to be an obtain. You will be bark on an obtain. So low on branches again. You guys? Yeah, even with all of this, we do not have enough of them clearing them because we've still got branches sat on trees. So put in more pruning flags. Right. So yeah, that gives us those. I think we then want a warehouse for pine resin on obtain as well. So we'll need a ladder there. And we're going to need a way to get a ladder up to the next level, which is going to be one of those. I need to keep in mind this because I want to connect in here. I would also like to connect the zip line to the zipline network on this. That's a thing. And then we want to think about a grinder. And then lumber presses predominantly. And then we need a way of going up. I think just to make my life easy, I'm just going to put in a normal block. Then we're going to put in a normal lumber mill, question mark, there. So we can do a ladder there. Yep. Do the storage there. That can have a ladder there. Some weird spaces there to fill. And we could just fill them with 2x with these. Just for now. I know it's not super efficient. Chill. I want to keep stacking them this side so that we've got access to connect this in. So I think we need to put in gear workshops. That's as high as we can go. I think it is, you know. Or is it a ladder's issue? I don't think it is. So, gear workshops, lumber presses. We can't stack lumber mills. Okay, can we stack lumber presses? No. Well, that's annoying. I guess maybe we can do that, and then another one, and then that, and then another one. Yeah. That gives us 5 lumber presses in there and 2 gear workshops. Not great. Not great. But I guess it is what it is. And then if we go zipline station, where are we with ladders getting up here? Okay, so we need a pile to get a ladder to there. We can then do a ladder there, and I think those are the same height then. So we then need a exit block, I think, and if we then came out with that, and you can do these as like angled things like that. So that one doesn't seem to have connected. Which is weird. Is it because I blocked the back of it? Yeah. Okay. Well, there's no reason why we can't put it the other side. So, well, there is because we've stacked stuff on top of it now. Right. Okay, which means we need to delete all of that, which is really freaking annoying. Delete that. Delete that. Which doesn't quite open that up yet. Okay. Those up, please. No, because we've got to go down even further. Alright. Delete that. Yes. Delete that. And put it there. Why aren't you then open? Replace. Is it because that's there? Yeah. Okay. Right. We'll put spare bot. You are not connected to the district centre bypass. Ah. There you are. Which means we'll be able to charge bots, which means we can do that. So now we have to rebuild all of that. It's annoying. There. 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 Replace that at least. How did I fill those up? Did I put storages in there? Genuinely don't remember. And we're going to need to do that, aren't we? Yeah. Go. I just fill those with blocks. No, I don't think I did I? I put in one of those. Yeah, I put those, and then let's put a couple of liquid ones in just in case we need them for anything. I don't think we do, but you know, you never know. Well, you probably do, because put back on top the giant one, which gives us the roof bonus, and then we prioritize building that. So we get that back. You can be more logs. You can be more gears. I don't know. Be okay. Escaping. We ultimately want to close in that as well, and that, and that, and that. And let's go back to planning this guy out. So at the very least, we can connect that to there, which gets it onto the network. To fill that in. Where are we with our ladders? We're there. So we need one of those so that I can put a ladder there. There, and we can put one there, and that gets us to as high as we've gone, and then it will let me build more. Okay, so at that point, do I rotate? Then go there. Will it let me put you there? No, why not? Guess because of that. Let's let them catch up, because there's a heck of a lot of building there. So, what do we need in here? We will eventually need lubricant once we're making it. Bad tide approaching. Awesome. We'll get to see how that works. By that I mean our bad tide divert. What are we doing over here? Yeah, we can plant a few more out. So let's delete the path. That shouldn't be necessary. And then fill that in, which is close enough to as much as can be planted. And then if we unplant them, they'll spread. And we could probably do some down here, but I can't be bothered. And then we're going to delete the forester and put in the proper shack. So that's all of our bot production boticized. So that's going to speed up, which is cool. Do we need more charging? We can build more charging pretty easily because we can just do that. And sling those there. Put those there. That will be good. We are generating a lot of power at the moment. During the bad tide, we will keep generating power because I've kept this open, which is good. You can go. We'll let them recover the resources from that. We'll get to see this in action. I put the wrong thing in there, which is pretty classic me. That guy's doing that job. How are our logs looking? 56. That is not sparkly, is it? Right. We must have another area that we can rip apart. Yeah. Not great for getting down to, but you know. We're going to have to come all the way around this way to get to it. But let's throw in. We're really 36 beavers short. Wow, okay. Well, that's not great, is it? How are we 36 beavers short? 10 incapacitated. Well, anyway, we'll start getting bots going in this tree as well, I guess. You're going to be lubricant as well, although we're not producing any at the moment. Yes. We should do something like that and that. Get those put in. That's holding okay. That's holding okay. Pine resin is holding okay-ish. Banks are sort of holding. Gears are sort of holding. Logs are not. Yeah. Bad tide started. So let's just zip down here. And watch this. And yeah, awesome. It should drop down. Excellent. And it shouldn't be going in here, which it's not. Love it. So they're cutting those, which is good. This is open, which is fine. Going to turn into sludge soon. It's going to keep generating power, which is great. That's what we need. We've got 2 more spare bots. If we put chargers over here somewhere, there, throw in a couple of chargers, we could start to put bots in this district. And that would help, I think. I haven't got the science for that yet. Okay. So we're getting there, folks. We're getting there. This has worked for the first part. Oh, it's killed off all of these. That I did not think about. Until we get that sorted, we're going to need to just come across there. Yeah. Yeah. Delete them. It's easier. Yeah. You contamination barriers through here as well. That's annoying. Didn't think of that. My excitement for the bad tide was premature. But, you know, what are you going to do, eh? They've got pretty solid supply up there, so it should be okay. Got a lot of injured beavers, I know that. Do we need to throw in well-being? We've got one medical bed, yeah. So what we should probably unlock, we've got unlocked, or we should probably build more of, is the triple-decker medical bed. Put one there as well. And I guess we should be thinking about putting BB bots in things like this, which are kind of high injury risk jobs. That needs a lot of science to unlock it, so yeah. But we should be doing that, and I guess possibly the same over here. Yeah, that's quite high as well, so we get power out of this. In any way, shape or form. Going green. I'm actually going to see if that actually starts generating power. Or tapping power. If not, we'll have to do something different. Right. For now, throw some of these spare bots in these. While we build up the science that we need to put it in the dirt excavator. How are we going to do this once we've got bots building? Yes, we bring the tunnel across there, something like that. We need to have bots building to do that, so that's a job or a problem for future me. Problem. Yes, not a job. Yes, we can get to there, which we can. we can get to there. So metal blocks is the problem. All metal blocks needed. We only have the one. No, we have one over here. Okay, do we boticize you? Need to put charger in, I guess, wouldn't we? How efficiently are you running? 45%. That is not good. I've got a feeling we don't have scrap metal storage over here. Let's just help ourselves out with a cheeky scrap metal store here. I think that could be the problem. And an easy solution. So this is now generating oodles of power. But yeah, we are not flush with scrap metal, so which is going to be holding up our production of lots of things. Yeah, so very well described, wasn't it? I know. There, so they can put like that. Oh no, we need to fill in a load of that stuff, don't we? Dirt. We need to do all of that. And we'll need to do that and that the same. So there we go. And then if we prioritize that by haulers, 4 spare bots. But we need 4,000 science for that guy. How much do we need for the extractor? You know, that's not taking out power. What if we go higher? If we come off of here. But if it's stupid and it works, it's not stupid. Remember that. That looks like it connected. Looks like it connected. And I kind of need a solution to this problem. So, you know. Gonna have to roll with it. Oh, we've got a contaminated beaver. How have we got a contaminated beaver? Down here, probably. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, because that's overflowing. Guess where we're constricting this. So we could close that. And that would help, I think. Okay, because we do have medicine for them, so not a major problem. So hopefully now this is improving. 22% is not improving. Hopefully it will improve. We really need to get some... That's funny, they built all of the ladders first. We really need to... If we make that scrap metal as an obtain and a priority. Instead of that, let's make that be logs. Because that will automatically supply the grinder. Yeah, what I was going to go check was... So that does provide power if we do it like that. But then what we could do is... And if it's stupid and it works, it's not stupid. Remember that, folks. You could come like that. And I guess actually what we could do is... come like that. And do that. And we would be able to unlock that one then. I think we will unlock it anyway, because we're fine for extract. Are these high injury? No. Okay. I can actually build it from above. That's kind of clever. So that can go. Awesome. That sorted itself out. So they can come back. Those can go now, because I think they were set to obtain. Right. Need to build those at some point. Now how's this looking? 80%, that's better. That's better. We could do with some not ill beavers, or not injured beavers, but here's what it is. Replant dead trees, please. Nation barriers going in. You protect that. We are going to re-divert that at some point, but until we have, we're kind of stuck with what we've got. What we'll do for now, because we have a bit of a problem that we need to plant trees and extract, is we'll throw the tapper shack there. Doesn't cover all of them, but covers most of it. Block production is still an issue, so we can't get rid of this even when we've got this built. Metal blocks is an issue still. Wonder whether we just throw in some temporary metal block production. Just to help us out. Kind of tempted to do that. We are so short. We've got 8 spare bots. Let's get them doing something, shall we? Get them building, at least. I don't know what they're building at the moment, but you know, it's cool. Yeah, that's cool. If we replaced all of the builders, they really wow, they've extinguished all of that power supply. Okay. guess because they're not taking a break at night. Right. In that case, let's delete you, delete you. In a couple more windmills. Hopefully that'll help to some extent or other. Because we kind of need that working. That's done, so let's recover those. Use that power grid a bit. Oh, that's what they're building, isn't it? These. Yeah. So our pine resin production should be higher. Once we've got this all built, which is a weird mess that they're building the order in. I don't get it, but you know. Let's actually prioritize these, because maybe metal's the blocking factor, because we've got planks and gears, we've not got metal. Beaver numbers are recovering. We've got one infected beaver. We have got antidotes, so hopefully they'll get better. Yeah. But I think now that we've got bots, we will leave it there. Some of the food could do with being better, but I think that comes down to not having enough mangroves planted. So at some point we need to massively improve our mangrove production. Looks like we need more fermented chestnuts as well. We've got a decent amount of chestnuts. Check the fermenters. That's because we've only got, I don't know. You're making fermented chestnuts. Okay, you're just not making them fast enough. You're running at 17% productivity. Okay. We have no storage for chestnuts. Okay, that seems bad. We need to fix that properly next time, but let's do that. That should help. But that is going to be it for today, folks. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, click the like button. Comments, questions, suggestions below, and I will see you all next time.